As you can see, we're doing something a little different today. I've got a bunch of sim racing equipment here from the boys over at Moza Racing. Huge shout out to them. Thank you for having such an awesome program where you support small creators, grassroots drivers, and the like. I can't say thank you enough, and I am super stoked to try out all this new gear. If you know me, I've been sim racing for a really long time. I've actually been sim racing before I could even drive, like before I had my license. I've tried everything from the most budget of sims all the way to the most ballin' of sims. It would be awesome to see how this stuff stacks up to all those rigs that I've been on. And honestly, for me personally, this is going to be a huge upgrade for my rig. My rig has not changed in a while, and it kind of sucks when you've tried so much stuff to know that you're limited by your equipment. All you guys who race, especially on a budget, you can understand. Let's get into it. We have multiple pedals, multiple steering wheels, multiple shifters, bass, handbrake, all the fun stuff. So let's rip this stuff up, put it on the rig, go test it. Now, the first thing we're gonna jump into is the bass. Now, this is an R12 V2 bass. Let's see what we got inside. Stickers, which will look sick on the rig. A manual, power cord. This is probably the cord to the bass. Power brick. Got some miscellaneous hardware, an Allen key. We've got the bass. This thing is actually so much more compact than I thought it was going to be, and it is quite girthy. This thing's a unit. I like that it's indexed so that you can actually see where the top is supposed to be at, or the center. It's got some mounting holes, the front, the bottom. Yeah, this should be pretty sick. Next up is going to be the pedals. These are the CRP2. Oh, okay, this is the base plate right here. More stickers and a manual. Wow, this is actually a really nice base plate. Then the pedals themselves. So let's see. What's in here? We got some adjustable different gyrometer bumps. RJ cable. I think this is a T-handle Allen. We got a regular Allen, a bunch of hardware. USB to USB-A. I don't know what this piece goes to, but it's really nice. Wow. This is a nice piece of kit right here. We got one more pedal in here. Assuming this one's going to be the gas pedal. I really like how tucked away this wiring stuff is. It just goes down along the side and plugs in. That's pretty slick. Next one we'll bust out is the CRP2 clutch pedal. I'm assuming this is a different strength spring. Small little bag of tools. And the pedal itself. So actually this is even a totally different... Wow. I don't know if you can really tell or see how that is, but it has an engagement point. I've actually never had a clutch that has an engagement point, so that's really sick to see. We'll continue the trend of pedals with the mBooster active pedal. Now, I know this thing itself has a bunch of hype, and I am also one of the ones who is hyped for it because this thing is kind of a game changer. The technology behind it, and this should up my game and the realism factor quite a bit. The active pedal is supposed to be able to simulate ABS, brake pressures and all that a lot more accurate to real, and I will say that braking on the sim is definitely one of the hardest parts of being on the sim for most people. The steering, you can kind of get a feel for it, but braking's kind of an on and off event. Because it's an on and off event in sim driving, that teaches really poor habits in real life. We don't like that. We don't like poor habits. Wow, this is a serious power brick, dude. This is giving me like Xbox 360 vibes. Oh my god. Wow, okay. This thing takes a lot of power, clearly. Dude, this might be as heavy or heavier than the base. Holy cow, dude. Look at this thing. Dude, this looks like a missile. Like this is nuts. Okay, so obviously right now with nothing going on, it needs some sort of electronic power for it to work. Wow, this thing is a beast. I am stoked for this. Also, how does it get on this plate? I don't even know how it goes on the plate. Yeah, we're gonna go more in depth over this later because this thing's ridiculous. We're gonna go over next is the HGP shifter. This one is the H pattern. Little shift knob, cables, instructions, and hardware and tools. Shifter. What's actually really cool is, I didn't know this, there's actually a leather boot inside here to cover up the electronics. So it looks gated, that's already, wow, this feels sick. I'm gonna tell you right now, this feels sick. But I gotta try this now because this feels really cool. got a pretty decently strong centering force. It's a nice piece. Next, we're gonna do the sequential shifter, the manual for it. First up, wow, that's actually pretty nice quality. It's like this knurled, that's cool. That's cords and cables, hardware, and the shifter itself. What is, it has a little trigger, which is pretty sick. That's like some drag racing stuff if I'm not mistaken. Or it's a reverse thing. Don't really know. Like look at the machining work on this. This is a high quality stuff. Next up, handbrake. What we got here? Cables. These are probably like different durometer things for the pull to adjust it. Hardware. Man, again, with the nice quality stuff, like just that little machined lip, like nice quality stuff. This stuff feels good. Okay, let's see what's going on here. You can configure it either way that you want it. If you want a pull-up style, or if you want a pull-back style. RSV2 steering wheel. Oh wow, okay. It actually gives you like a whole sticker pack that you can kind of choose what you map your button to. That's pretty dope. Some hardware. Okay. Wow. With the carbon face, I actually was not expecting how nice this was gonna look. Oh, whoa, okay. You probably don't know this. These are 2-piece paddles. Because, I mean, I didn't know this. So you could map these to completely different things, I think. You could have, like, the clutch paddle, you know, for launching an F1 car, etc. Menu, joysticks, glance joysticks, TC level, brake buys. Oh, man, this is going to be so sick. Last but not least, KS steering wheel. Obviously for Formula cars and the like. Again, with the sticker pack. That's nice. Okay, this one. So I'm assuming these also light up. Brake bias, diff settings, ABS, TC, throttle map, engine map. Again with the double stage. The upper ones are magnet on both of them, which I like. The lower ones are not, so I'm assuming that's because you want to try to slip it like a clutch. Another really nice quality piece. Stoked. So I've got the rig all disassembled. This was actually a custom rig that was built for my old setup. So I might have to make a few modifications to make some of the stuff work. Everything else, hopefully I can adapt without too much hassle, but let's do it. So what you see me doing here is making a couple pieces to mount the base plate for the pedals. It needed a little bit more support than I thought I was going to need, so I ended up making 2 of these pieces, one for the front, one for the back. That way I wasn't ripping out the hardware when you put the active pedal on, because that thing does have a lot of force depending on the mode you want to use it in. My phone actually overheated while I was recording this part, so you guys are going to miss a little bit of assembly, but it was basically just making more holes and bolting stuff together. I got the shifter mounted, the handbrake mounted, and the plate mounted, as you can see in the video, as well as those 2 pieces I made painted to match the rest of the rig. Everything else here was pretty straightforward. Everything bolted together. Didn't even really need to look at the instructions. I think I checked it once to measure out the template for the base. After that, it was just a lot of cable management. I really like my rigs to be as clean as possible, especially when you have a rig like this that can be mobile and moved around easily. It is just such a nice headache to get rid of that clutter. I try to do the same thing on the cars that I build, and honestly, it is so time consuming, but it is so worth it in the end. So, as you can see, we got this thing all mounted up on the rig. I had to make a few adjustments. I spent a lot of time on cable management, as you'll probably see. But in the end, it was all worth it. I've got the ergonomics feeling really good. Only thing I'm going to change in the future is the base can only mount flat. And that's because my rig does not have like a tilting function. So the steering wheel is very like upright. I ordered a piece that is going to basically be a wedge to bring this position back to a more natural position. But for now, this is totally workable. So we're gonna get this thing brought back home, hooked up, dialed in with that Moza Pit House software, put this thing through its paces, see how it is. Okay, so I've got this thing all plugged in, everything connected. We're gonna go ahead and go download the Moza Pit House. English. Thank you. I was about to say. So shifter, let's activate that. Handbrake, let's activate that. Oddly, I'm not seeing the base on here. Activate that. Base and disconnect. Did see a power button. There it is. We're setting up Moza R12 base. There we go. Okay, that's complete. Looks like everything's activated. All right, let's get on in. Go ahead and jump in. One of my favorite cars to drive. 80s AMG. Line Rock. Classic. I'm excited. I mean, I basically did almost no setup at all. This was really straightforward, really user-friendly. Hopefully that means that this is going to just work awesome right out the gate. I have a feeling the force feedback might be set a little bit low, so I might have to adjust that, but the game step we'll have to do as well right now to calibrate it and sync it up. Alright, configure control. Okay. I think that's far enough.
Give us a few clean laps to get our fuel numbers.
Oh yeah, the force feedback needs to go up substantially. I don't know if I need to do that in game. Okay, needs to go up outside of the game. You want to see the braking sound? Okay, the braking is incredible. Back to the pit house. Okay. See now, I'm alright. The telemetry. Maybe a little bit better understanding of what's going on. Oh, I can tell right away still the amount of brake pressure I'm using is not enough. It's really nice to feel when you are getting into ABS. So the definition through bumps is definitely improved. Prior setup feels like a really proper setup actually. Like, feels high end. We'll say now I want another active pedal to feel slip. Although that's kind of cheating because you don't really get that in real life, but the more sensations you can feel while driving closer to real life, it's gonna feel. Yeah, it's definitely a little easier for me to use 100% pressure with my right foot versus the left foot. Yeah, almost faster than GLTC. It just makes speed so differently. It's funny because now that I have so much more force feedback versus my last setup, the sensation of, oh, there's more grip there is there for me, which is it's giving me a little bit too much confidence. Coming in thinking there's more grip because there's still more force feedback being applied. But really, I was just kind of hitting the limitations of my system, I think. Overall, so far,
4.738.
I like it. Everything feels really nice. I'm a huge fan. I'm gonna try out the Formula Wheel later. I'm gonna try out some drifting later, and yeah, really, I mean, I have no complaints. I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna tune this stuff up some more. I'm gonna look at setups that people have tried. Look at this thing feeling perfect. And thanks for watching. Once again, thanks again to the boys over at Moza for hooking me up. I am extremely grateful. I cannot wait to get this thing fully dialed in and race against my boys, which we're gonna do very shortly here. So thank you again, and until next time.